Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kendra Michelle. If you're new here, hey, it's a pleasure to have you. I hope you stay a while. You'll love it here. But today's video is my go-to makeup look. This is my normal makeup look. Whenever I do my makeup, whether it's day, night, evening, this is usually how my makeup is. I may tweak a little things here and there, but generally this is my go-to makeup routine. So I hope you guys enjoy it and I hope you learn something. So let's just get right into it. I did my eyebrows off camera. This is how they look. I don't conceal at the top. I only conceal the underneath, and then I put some concealer on my eyelids. So that's all out the way, and then we're gonna go in with a little bit more skin prep. I did put a little bit of moisturizer on my face, but I'm going to go in with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin, and this is the glow serum in the shade Main Squeeze. It smells so good. This is not my first time using it, of course, but I do love this product. And then we're just gonna let that kind of set in a little bit. Oh, let me put the other light on and get y'all set up for real. There we go. So once that's set and you start to feel it kind of be a little bit tacky, I like to go in with my foundation. Some people don't really care for foundation. I'm a foundation girl. I really can't do my makeup without foundation. So this is what I'll be using today. This is the Urban Decay Face Bomb Foundation, and I'm in the shade 33 Deep Neutral. And I'm going to use this Fenty foundation brush to blend everything out. And just remember that you're matching your foundation to your neck, not so your face. But I usually get a foundation that's a shade darker than I actually am, just because when I highlight, I don't like the extra bright or extra light look. I feel like if I do a little bit of a darker foundation, then my highlight isn't as harsh. So this is the shade we're going to be using today. And then I just try to get really close to my eyebrows so I don't have like a halo around them. And this is kind of the shade match so you guys can see. I think it's a pretty good match, but again, I feel like it's personal preference. So whatever you feel comfortable with, if you like to get something that's your exact shade or a shade darker, then I think that you should do whatever your heart desires, but just don't get one that's too light. Sorry, my camera cut out, but we're gonna go in with the Urban Decay Quickie concealer. This is in the shade 70 NN, and as you can see, I am scraping the sides. I love this concealer. I just need to buy another one, clearly. I got this last year at the Ulta sale, I believe, so it's lasted me a long time, and it's literally the concealer that I use all the time, like every time that I do my makeup. So definitely try out this concealer if you are in the market for a new concealer, because it's really that girl. I really love this concealer. Sometimes I do use a beauty blender, but recently I just been liking how the brush has been blending out my makeup, so that's what I've been using, just because I feel like it gives me a more blended, seamless look. But I definitely do sometimes use the beauty blender. go. And then I just bring it into my nose a little bit. And then we're going to go on to the other side. I tried to keep majority of the concealer actually under my eye. So I'm really just patting it here and blending it out. And then I'm moving the excess up my face. And blending everything together will probably be the longest part of doing your makeup, just because you want everything to be seamless and flawless and not really blotchy. So I usually just like to go over places more than once. So now that our concealer is all blended, we're going to go in with our contour. I'm using the Tarte Sculpt Tape, and this is in the shade Deep Golden Bronze. I really like this product. I have the e.l.f. dupe, but the e.l.f. dupe just doesn't deliver as well as this does. So it is like a wand applicator. You kind of just squeeze up the product and then apply it. And I just do 2 dots. I go pretty high on my cheekbones, and then a little right there, a little right there, a little right there, and a little right there. We're going to use this dome shaped brush to blend out certain areas, and then I think I'm going to use like a more diffuse brush like this one to blend the contour on my cheeks. And I just feel like this product blends so smoothly, and compared to the e.l.f. contour wand, this just blends so much better. I do like the e.l.f. contour wand. I actually got just a wrong shade, but comparing the two, this one is much better. And then just make sure you're blending the contour up into your eyebrow so it's not a very harsh line. And you just want to bring your contour upward. You don't want to drag it down or blend it downward. It just kind of brings your face down, so you want to lift it. So you're going to blend upwards. Then I'm going to take this brush and just blend it a little bit more so it's a little bit more seamless, because that's the goal. We want seamless makeup, a seamless application. So here's our base. This is where we are so far, and then this next step is really important, so I'm gonna bring her in a little bit closer. We have to get rid of these lines before we set our concealer. So you just want to make sure there's no creases before you set your concealer. And I'm actually going to go back in with a little bit more, just because I feel like I need a little bit more. It's okay to go back in and add anything that you want. You see the difference? I kind of lost the highlight over here because of all of the blending and kind of the makeup settling while I was doing my contour. So it's okay to go back in and add a little bit more product. Just make sure that you blend it out. That's the most important thing. So I'm good with this. So now, let me just hit right here one more time. I'm going to take my powder puff, and I'm going to use the One Size setting powder, and this is in the shade Sweet Honey. And we're going to set our under eyes, and I'm just taking a little bit there. So just a light, even layer. I have dry skin, so I don't use a lot of powder, and I don't bake, because if I bake, I look really cakey. So I just like to go in with a little powder at a time, make it even layers, and then build it up to my preference. So I'm good there. I'm going to take the excess and put it in all the other areas. We're going to go back over here, blend, and I'm going to add a little bit more concealer over here as well. So we set our highlight. Now we're going to set our contour, and I'm going to use the Sephora matte bronzer in number 6. The shade is Ibiza. I really like this bronzer. My favorite bronzer is the Fenty, of course. So we're just going to essentially set our contour. So wherever we put our contour earlier, we're now going to put our bronzing powder. And so whenever I pick up product, I make sure I tap it off, just to tap off the excess, because you don't want it to be too harsh. You can always put more, but you can't really take away. But I also like to go around my jawline, and of course under here where I put the contour. And I'm not, as you can see, I'm not putting any additional product on my brush. I don't really like here to be a harsh contour, here or my nose. So I'm really just using the leftover product from before to do that. And now I'm just kind of blending it out, kind of making sure it's no harshness, no harsh line. And we're good. So I'm just going to take this kind of fluffy brush and just dust away any extra powder. Because like I said, I don't really bake. I can't bake because my skin does not appreciate it and my makeup usually looks crazy. Next, we're going to use our same bronzing powder, a little eyeshadow brush. This is like a domed eyeshadow brush. And we're going to apply this to our eyelids. And we are almost done. Sometimes I do blush, sometimes I don't. For the sake of this video, I'll do the blush, but a lot of the times I kind of opt out because I just feel like it doesn't really do anything for my makeup. We are going to use the Juvia's Place. This is the blush duo and I have volume 1. So it's this orange kind of peachy shade and then a reddish pinkish shade, and honestly I just mixed the two. And I'm just going to go in with a little of each, dab off the excess, and I'm going to start at the high points of my cheeks. And I do it very lightly because I do not like a harsh overdone blush. So I just go in very lightly, back and forth, until I get the desired look. And I think that's pretty good for me. Next, we need to do our eyeliner. So I'm going to take the Sephora Kohl eyeliner in Intense Black. And I love this. It goes on so smoothly. I usually use the Smashbox gel pencil liner. It's a similar formula, really like creamy, goes on really nice. But I ran out of that one, so I'm using my Sephora one. And then we're just going to add the eyeliner to our waterline. My eyes always water doing this part, but it is 100% necessary. One of the last final touches, we're going to go in with our Fenty mascara. This is the Hella Thick Volumizing Mascara, and it's in Cause I'm Black. I always do my bottom lashes first, because if you do your top lashes first, when you look up to do your bottom lashes, your mascara is going to get on your eyelid. So always do your bottom lashes first. And this is probably one of my favorite mascaras. A little goes a long way, and they just make your eyelashes look so good. I stopped wearing lash extensions for a while now. I usually just get them over the summer, so I'll probably get them again soon, but I have been using this and my lashes look great, and they actually still stand out in pictures. It really does a good job at making your lashes pop. So again, if you're in the market for mascara, keep this Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Volumizing Mascara in your mind. Okay, so we're pretty much done with our makeup. We're gonna set our face and then do our lips, and then that's gonna be that. The setting spray that I'm going to use is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Go. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that at that. I do have this Urban Decay All Nighter Extra Glow setting spray. Let's see. I'm going to use it. I don't care for this, how this sprays out. It like sprays downward. Yeah, I don't know about that. While our face continues to dry, we're going to do our lips. And this is the liner that I use, and it's actually a eyeliner, but I love it to line my lips. It's the LA Girl Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner, and it's in the color Lasting Brown. So we're going to use this to line our lips. I just like to bring it in a little bit so it's just not one harsh line. I like a smooth transition. As y'all know, that's been the theme of this whole video. Transition, blending, smooth. And then I'm going to go in with my NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in Fortune Cookie. To top it off, we're going to go in with our Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. This is in the shade Sweet Mouth. Love it. Uche put me onto this one. I usually just get like the universal, and I recently got the hot chocolate, but Sweet Mouth is one of my faves now. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something today. If you did learn something, make sure you leave me a comment, and if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed so that you can join the family. I'd love to have you here. And this video is really dedicated to my homegirls because this video is long overdue. I told y'all I was going to make a video strictly for y'all so y'all can learn how to do your own makeup. And it's finally here, so I love y'all. But I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.